The recording started by accident, or maybe instinct. I still don't know which. My phone was face down on the kitchen counter, silently capturing every word while I rinsed coffee from a mug and pretended not to listen. Her voice drifted from the living room. Calm, cold, almost amused. Relax, she said. No survivors means no witnesses. A pause. Then laughter. My hand froze under the running water. Not nervous laughter. Not sarcasm. The kind of laugh people use when the decision is already made. The man on the other end of the call asked something I couldn't hear. She answered louder. If the kid's gone, everything's clean. The kid. Our 5-year-old son. My heart didn't explode the way movies promise it will. It slowed. Quietly. Like a machine switching into survival mode. I dried my hands slowly. Walked to the counter. Picked up the phone. Still recording. Still capturing the woman I'd been married to. For 8 years discussing the removal of our child. Like she was canceling a dinner reservation. I didn't enter the room. Didn't interrupt. I just stood there and listened. Because sometimes the most dangerous thing you can do is react too early. Her name is Amelia, a corporate litigator. Sharp mind, sharper smile. The kind of woman who could charm a room full of judges and dismantle an opponent before lunch. People admired her, feared her, trusted her. I used to. The first crack appeared 6 months earlier. Late nights. Locked phone, perfume that didn't belong to her. But betrayal rarely announces itself. It leaks, slowly, quietly, like poison in water. Then came the phone call 2 weeks ago. Come wash the dishes if you want to join Thanksgiving. My daughter-in-law had snapped over the phone. Arrogant, dismissive, as if I were some useless old man begging for scraps of family time. I simply replied, enjoy. Then I hung up. No anger, just observation. Because arrogance always leaves fingerprints. The same way Amelia had started leaving hers. Hidden messages, encrypted chats, an unfamiliar number calling after midnight. And now this conversation. No survivors means no witnesses. I replayed the audio 3 times that night. Each word felt colder than the last. But the sentence that truly chilled me wasn't about our son. It was what came after. If this works, she told the man on the phone, everything becomes ours. Ours, not mine. Not hers. Ours. There was someone else in the equation. Someone who believed my family and my assets were about to become theirs. That was the moment denial finally died. I didn't confront her. That would have been emotional. And emotion ruins strategy. Instead, I started collecting, quietly. Phone records first. Her calls to one number had increased dramatically over the last year. A colleague, Daniel Mercer, senior partner at her law firm, married, ambitious, greedy. The type of man who always smiles a little too widely when money is mentioned. I followed the pattern. Hotel bookings, private meetings, conference trips that didn't exist. Every thread connected back to him. Then came the financial side. Insurance policies. My insurance policies. Recently modified. Beneficiaries adjusted. Terms accelerated. Interesting timing. Almost as interesting as the accidental brake malfunction my car experienced 2 weeks earlier. The mechanic had called it a loose hydraulic line. I called it something else. Attempt number 1. My phone recorded more conversations over the following weeks. Careless ones. Arrogant ones. The kind spoken by people who believe they've already won. They talked about timelines, law firm promotions, inheritance. They talked about me like I was already gone. And once, only once, Daniel asked the question that revealed the truth completely. What about the kid? Amelia didn't hesitate. He's the only witness who'd complicate custody and probate? A short silence. Then the same sentence. Calm. Chilling. No survivors means no witnesses. That was the moment I stopped thinking like a husband and started thinking like a prosecutor. 3 months later, Amelia stood on a stage. Bright lights, a ballroom filled with nearly 300 attorneys, celebrating her promotion to senior partner, her career peak, her victory moment. She looked radiant, confident, untouchable. Daniel stood beside her, proud, possessive. The perfect professional partnership, until the presentation screen behind them flickered. A new file appeared, not part of the event program, a simple audio icon. The room went quiet. Amelia frowned. Then the recording played. Her voice, crystal clear. No survivors means no witnesses. The silence that followed felt heavier than gravity. Another clip followed. Daniel asking about my death. Her laughing reply. Plans, timelines, insurance, inheritance. The room of lawyers didn't gasp. Lawyers rarely do. They listened. Carefully, analyzing every word like evidence in court. Amelia's face drained of color. Daniel took a step back. I stepped forward. From the side of the room. Calm, unhurried. I handed the event moderator a folder. Police reports, insurance documents, full transcripts, every recording, every timeline, every piece of the puzzle she thought she had buried. I said only one sentence. I thought the Bar Association might find this professionally relevant. Security escorted Daniel out first. His confidence evaporated faster than his reputation. Amelia remained frozen on stage. Eyes locked on me, disbelief, rage, fear, all fighting for control. How long? She whispered when I reached the front row. Long enough, I said. She shook her head slowly. You ruined everything. I almost laughed. Ruined. An interesting word from someone who had scheduled my death like a dentist appointment. I leaned closer so only she could hear me. You ruined yourself. Then I showed her the final card. The Swiss villa. Photos displayed on my phone. Glass walls overlooking snow-covered mountains. Luxury. Isolation. Peace. My new residence. The property I quietly purchased months ago, while transferring every legal asset beyond her reach. She stared at the screen. Confusion turning into realization. Divorce filings were submitted yesterday, I added. Her phone began vibrating in her hand. Once, twice, over and over. 71 calls by midnight, I later learned. Law firm partners, journalists, investigators. But I was already walking away. Revenge isn't loud. It's quiet, precise, final. Weeks later, I sat on the balcony of the villa in Switzerland watching my son chase snowflakes in the garden below. He laughed. The kind of laugh children deserve to keep. Amelia lost everything. Her license, her position, her reputation. Daniel disappeared into legal obscurity shortly afterward. Their carefully constructed future collapsed under the weight of their own words. I didn't celebrate. Victory wasn't the point. Control was. Truth was. And truth is patient. I once loved the woman who plotted my death. That version of her no longer exists. Now she's just evidence in a file somewhere. And I've learned something valuable about monsters. Sometimes they share your bed, until the day you decide to record them and press play.